Let's make one thing clear straight away. Bat-Boy does not tell the tale of a pre-pubescent flying rodent. Instead, it follows a baseball bat-wielding leader of a young, sports-themed Sentai hero group, which is arguably a crazier idea for a game than the one I previously mentioned. Accompanied by the loudmouth crow Garou, Bat-Boy must rescue his entire team from the brainwashing clutches of the evil Lord Vicious. And when I saw that Sentai Games were involved, I got extremely excited. They previously produced Super Sammy Roll, which is an incredibly cute little 3D platformer. It has challenging platform designs and some great fluid movement. Whilst this new offering is a retro 8-bit 2D platformer, the best attributes of their previous work has been transferred over quite nicely. Movement in this game is superbly executed. It isn't as twitchy as something like Super Meat Boy, but the character on screen is very responsive. As expected, the baseball bat has a multitude of uses, like any good weapon should. Initially, it can be used to knock enemies out, and hit any projectiles back to whoever fires them off. You know, the usual actions one would expect from carrying around a baseball bat. As the game progresses though, a surprising amount of traversal moves can be coaxed out of it as well. Charging up a throw and launching it in front of you, and then using it as a springboard to get higher, for example. Even hitting an enemy from above results in a bounce upwards. This offers some great bonuses if done right at certain points. Likewise with hitting projectiles back. They can be subtly redirected, so keep a lookout for half-hidden switches and other things to interact with from afar. This makes backtracking through previous levels looking for collectibles a fun and valid pursuit. I think this is one of the strongest parts of Bat-Boy, combining the platforming and fighting aspects of the game into a smooth experience. The player is going to be using the bat to zip around all over the level, so why not incorporate that movement and skill set into combat as well. Many platformers get dragged down to a stop with their clunky and ill thought out combat mechanics. Not this game though. As Bat-Boy journeys through the land of Stratos, the player must go up against the minions of Lord Vicious, many of which seem to be sentient pigs in a variety of costumes. A slightly odd choice in my opinion, unless I'm missing the link between them and baseball. Each level is usually capped off with a boss battle, either a direct lackey of Lord Vicious, or a brainwash member of the hero group. After being defeated, the then cured team members hang out in the local tavern. A few other things can be done here, but it's mainly a chill out spot. Alongside the tavern, there is also merchants that are used to upgrade the player's health. This is done by either finding or buying seeds across levels, and then trading those in for additional health fragments. This really comes in handy during the extended boss fights. The seeds I mentioned are one of the few collectibles scattered around. Each level has 3 of them to find, alongside a tape that can be found too. The collected tapes are then playable in the jukebox back at the tavern. As much as I enjoy collectibles, I prefer those that actually have some use outside of just something the player can hoard. The 8-bit aesthetic is of course a stylistic choice, rather than one made out of necessity. That being said, I always have a deep respect for pixel artists that can use defined limitations effectively in their art. Creating good looking games with such a limited colour palette can be difficult. Luckily, Bat-Boy is a real treat. All of the heroes each have their own distinctive design, all of which are informed by their respective sports. Levels range from lush jungles to haunted mansions, each with their own colour scheme. The overworld map in particular is great to look at, and is even similar to the one in Super Sammy Roll. It's clear that this was the inspiration for the look of Bat-Boy. In summary, Bat-Boy is a tidy little 8-bit platformer. It has tight controls and inventive battles, but has plenty of replayability value thanks to the speedrunning capabilities built in. I'm personally not great at speedrunning, so this doesn't really interest me. For those who enjoy it though, I think it'll keep them busy for a while. At the time of releasing this video, it is available on Steam, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S. It also plays well on Steam Deck, which is where I played it for the purpose of this review. But in any case, that is my thoughts on Bat-Boy. If you enjoyed it, then by all means like, comment, subscribe. I am on social media at BestNerdLife, and as always, keep living that best nerd life.